Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw for Insider Travel Report, and I'm here today with Olivier Chavy, who's the CEO of the Lux Collective. And what is the Lux Collective? Well, we're going to find that out here today. If you don't already know, it's a collection of wonderful resorts around the world. And actually, I was supposed to interview Olivier at Cannes, at ILTM Cannes, but we missed each other there. And so we sort of decided to follow up now, and you're going to find out all about that and more on Insider Travel Report. First of all, Olivier, hello, how are you?
I'm good, and hi from sunny Mauritius.
There you go. We were on earlier with some of your other folks, and they were all over the place, Singapore and London and everywhere else. But you are in sunny Mauritius, which sounds wonderful right now. Now, I have to admit, I think I've only been to one Lux resort in the Maldives, and that was a few years ago. And I really loved it. It was a great resort. It was a quick introduction. But tell us, what is the Lux Collective, and what is the history, and what brands does it include?
So yeah, I'm glad you were able to stay at the Lux South Area Atoll, which is indeed one of our hotel. So the Lux Collective is a management company, Mauritian-born and Mauritius-based. We are owned by a conglomerate listed on the Mauritian stock market called IBL,
Hmm.
and we manage currently 18 hotels. Half of them are owned asset, and the other half are management agreement, traditional HMAs, management agreement. And we have four brands. The first brand is Lux. The second brand is Salt. The third brand is Socio. And the fourth brand is Tamasa. And every single brand has its own positioning. We are today running 18 properties in different parts of the world, even though we are focusing mainly on what I call the Indian Ocean Rainbow, which
Okay.
goes from Zanzibar for us all the way via Mauritius, Reunion Island, all the way to potentially Bali, and focusing as well on east part of Africa, Middle East, and Southeast Asia and China. This is who we are. We've been an operator for many, many years. The previous name of the company was Nayad. And the Nayad, after some financial challenges and difficulties, was rebranded Lux. And my predecessor, Paul Jones, who is an icon in the hospitality industry, Paul Jones not only created the Lux Collective, but he created as well One and Only when he was working with
Oh,
Saul
wow.
Kersner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So this is
I
who we
knew
are.
when that happened with Saul Kersner very well, and when they created One and Only. But tell us a little bit about each of these different brands within the company. I mean, as I said, I've experienced Lux, which was a luxury kind of family brand. And what about the others as well?
So Lux is obviously our high-end luxury brand. And if I would have one baseline to share with you is time is luxury. We help people at Lux to celebrate life. And we have incredible high-end luxury resort, either on the beach or in a remote green area in some countries, or soon in safaris area in safaris market. Um, we have what I believe we have now the Lux Grand Bay, with for me the new standard of luxury hospitality in a resort world.
Wow.
It's incredible. It's incredible in terms of design, in terms of service, in terms of the beach and the location. It's really great, and we do deliver extraordinary experiences, and we try to be consistent. Salt is a sustainability brand driven. It's for those who, and by the way, the Salt of Palma in Mauritius is the very
Right.
first hotel being part of Design Hotel Network.
Oh, okay.
And
I know this.
yeah, and it's a unique brand where we do put forward the local communities and a very unusual design, very colorful design, and it's all about food, about humanistic approach and local experiences. Tamasa is a all-inclusive resort derived from the name Tamasa. In Hindi, it means festive, festive.
Right.
And the Tamasa resort is based in the south part of the island. And last but not least, Socio. Socio is our urban brand,
Hmm.
urban hotel. Uh, you know, I would define Socio. Of course, we have all the marketing wording for Socio, but for me, Socio is about 24/7 communality. And in communality, and you're based in the state, I would take as an example maybe Starbucks. When you go to Starbucks, you choose your own level of interaction with people. If you want to be with yourself, you go in a corner of the room or outside on the terrace, and you have your coffee and latte, and you just enjoy yourself. If you want to speak with some people, you go to the community table and you enjoy, hey, hi, my name is
Right.
James, and you meet with some people. That's Socio. Socio, we are urban hotel, but not only urban hotel. You choose your own level of interaction, you choose your own level of comfort, and it's a 24/7 experience. So those are our four brands, and we are very, very picky in what we agree or disagree on location, on development, on new contract, on new acquisition.
Right.
And we really want to stay strong and to respect the DNA of each brand.
Now the how many do you have in each of one of these brands? How many properties?
So right now we have one sold open and running, but we have three in the pipeline
Right.
and counting and counting. Um, for the socio, we have one under construction in Mauritius, and I'm working on six projects right now.
Oh, okay.
And Lux, we have four in Mauritius, one in Reunion Island, that's five, one in Maldives, the one
Right.
you know,
One I know.
and one in Zanzibar, and we have six in China. As you know, we are very strong in China, including what we call the T-Horse Road, which is on the southwest part of the country,
Mhm.
all the way to Tibet and to the Himalaya. It's an amazing experience when you go from one hotel to another one. And the most important over there is not really the stay, is the journey itself.
Right.
And we have some very nice one openings very soon. I'm thinking right now about the Lux Phu Quoc in Vietnam, which
Wow.
is the first floating villa hotels in Vietnam. So it will open end of 2025. It's an amazing concept. White sand beach destination, Phu Quoc, as you know, very high-end brands of hotel over there. And this one will be a good addition to our brand. And we have some other opening in the next few quarters. I'm thinking about the one in Sharjah. We
Right.
have two hotels in Sharjah in UAE opening. We have more. We have a sort of NG opening as well, which is there. I went there like a month and a half ago. It's a very interesting concept inspired by Gaudi, you know,
Yeah.
the
Oh, God.
Barcelonese
Wow. That's
architect.
interesting. Yeah.
And it's very rounded and curved
Right.
design with stones and 108 keys, and it will open officially in April this year. So a lot ongoing, a lot in the pipeline, and to answer your initial questions, 18 open and running.
That's fantastic. Now, you are relatively new as the CEO of the Looks Collection. I don't know how long you've been there, but what have you what posts have you held before? And why did you believe that the Looks Collection was such a great opportunity?
So that's a good question. So I've been here for 8 months now. Not easy to take the shoes of Paul,
Yeah, but
which,
you're
as
in
I said,
Mauritius. You're in Mauritius, Olivier. So I don't really have a lot of worries about that. You're in a wonderful place, right?
so no, you're right. You're right. So listen, my previous assignment, I was a CEO before that at Travel and Leisure Panorama, which is a travel club and a timeshare exchange, ex-Wyndham Destination. Before that, I was a CEO of Movenpick Hotels, which we sold to Accor Group. So
Right.
I was based as a corporate office in Zurich and Dubai, and we were running up to 100 plus hotels in Europe, Middle East, Africa, and Southeast Asia. Before that, I was a CEO, which was a segue, interesting segue. I loved it. I was CEO of Wilson Associates, which is an interior design firm, the leading
Okay.
interior design luxury firm. We were doing about 220 projects per year, some iconic projects, mainly hospitality. So I was managing, I would say, 600 egos or 600 designers, but so talented,
Yeah.
so talented.
Well, if you can do that, if
And
you can manage them, you probably can manage anything, right?
yeah, agreed. And yeah, for sure. And before that, I was in charge of a luxury brand performance at Hilton, which means on the road and up in the air, 360 days per year, opening and looking at performance of Waldorf Astoria hotels and Conrad. During that time, I opened maybe, I would say, 35, 40 luxury hotels for Hilton. I worked for 12 years for Hilton at different positions, SVP operations, the timeshare Hilton Grand Vacation. And I was GM of hotels, which has always been my passion, which is important for your initial questions. I was GM of the Hilton Arc de Triomphe in Paris. I was GM of the Hilton Mauritius Resort. I opened the Hilton in Mauritius back in 2000. And I was GM of a few luxury palaces in Europe, including the Hotel Normandy in Deauville and the
Okay.
Hotel Hermitage in La Baule, part of the group Barrière. Being on the operation and GM of hotel has always been my passion. And as a kind of a joke, but not so much a joke, I always said to my kids, when I will retire or before retiring, I will go back as GM of hotels.
Well,
After having been CEOs for so many years, I just love operation. I love being on the floor. I love morning briefing. I love meeting with the clients. And when I was approached for this position at Lux, I said, interesting. Based in Mauritius, I worked in Mauritius. Many hotels in China, I worked in China.
okay.
Vietnam, I worked in Vietnam, and so on. And then I said, very close to the operation, very hands-on, a very, very small luxury portfolio. My previous job, we had 4,400 hotels affiliated. In
Wow.
this job, we have 18. So for me, it was, I'll be able to roll my sleeves. I'll be able to be close to the operation. I'll be able to go to get much closer to what I really love. So this is why I took the position. And trust me, it has been 8 months. I think 8 months has been like half an hour underwater, but I love it. I still love it. I have amazing teams, and we have a lot to do. So you could not find anybody happier today in the industry.
But you are now based in Mauritius, and that is an easier place for you to
Yeah,
move around, right?
yeah, it's the drama of my life. I have a house on the beach, white sand beach, and it's 85 Fahrenheit today.
Huh?
It's a little bit windy, so I will do only half of my daily walk on the beach tonight.
Oh well, I feel for you. It's 0 degrees here, centigrade right now, and the wind chill is coming off the Hudson. So I think I got a little bit of different. But I'm going to sunny England next week. So I'm not going to improve my weather very much. That's for sure. So now
Yeah, but be careful. It's full of English people over there.
that's true. I
I
have
speak
to
for
be
Emily.
careful.
I speak for Emily.
Absolutely. Now, and I remember, I know that we have met before, and I think it was with Hilton. I'm sure it was when you were Hilton. Those days. But
Yeah.
now let's drill down into some of these brands. You mentioned the Salt brand, and you got two new properties. I think you said one in China and one in Tibet, which I thought is going to be opening. Can you talk a little bit about those?
Yeah, okay, yes. So salt of Angie. Angie is a very interesting destination. It's about 2 hours and 15 minutes from Shanghai airport. It's in the middle of the white tea and bamboo forest.
Right.
You have a lot of green activities, including rafting, believe it or not. You have 3,000 people per day doing some rafting in the area.
Wow.
And interestingly, I noticed recently as well that you have a Clinique La Prairie over there. You have
Oh,
a Clinique La Prairie in Montreux, as you know, in Swiss,
of course.
and you have one in Angie. Angie is a kind of a getaway for staycation for Shanghainese.
I got it.
So it's driving from home destination, 2 hours and 15 minutes, 2 hours and a half, very, very green. So it's an interesting concept in the sense that it will become our very first complex, in the sense that you have the salt of Angie, as I said, Gaudi, very curved, stone built. And then on the other side of the lake, we will build a Lux property. So it will be a Lux slash Salt complex in few years. But Salt of Engie will open in Q2 2005.
Okay.
Regarding the Mount Sigunian, it's another interesting and more younger people than you and I know well the area because of the panda.
Oh,
This is
okay.
where you have you have the Mount Sigunian National Park, and it's a very fast property which will open in a very protected area, and this one will be open in 2027. But it's going to be one of our flag for the brand
Yeah.
in a very interesting part of China. So looking forward to opening this one, and it's an exciting development for us.
Now, obviously, Lux is the brand you have more of right now, and you're expanding even more. You said going to be expanding into Africa, Middle East, and Vietnam. Is there any chance you would be look outside of this region and maybe expand to other resort destinations like the Americas or Caribbean?
Uh, Not today. It's not on our radar right now. Maybe because it's far and because those markets are very, I would say, protected by the big brand. You know,
Yeah,
America
that's
is
true.
owned by the
We
Hilton.
have a few resorts over here.
Yeah, but they're owned by the Hilton of the world and those big
And the
brands.
Hyatts
The
and
distrib
everyone else. Yeah.
Yeah, and the distribution channels are very specific. However, the American clientele is very
Right.
important for us. So I answer to your questions not now. It's not in our radar. It's not in our priority list. However, the clientele outbound from America is more particularly for Maldives is very important for us. Is
Oh
key for
yeah,
us.
yeah. I saw a lot of Americans there when I was there a few years back, and I really liked the property. It was very family oriented, and it was very spread out. Of course, it's on this long island that you gotta could have when you walk end to end, and you definitely have done a hike, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. Now, maybe you could sort of describe for us each of the brands, what clients they are for. As I said, look seems to be for everyone and families, but what about some of the others?
So let's take Mauritius as an example. We have four Luxors in Mauritius. Lux Belmar is very much dedicated to family. It has been built purposely for families. The buffet in the restaurant, you have the normal buffet and you have the low table buffet. We have a pool for the family. We have a pool for adults. So it's very much dedicated to family. And we have, I think, 95 suite 2+2, where you
Okay.
can accommodate a family of four. The Lux Grand Gourbe is more for English slash German and French tourists via tour operating. A very different clientele, maybe a
Right.
little bit older. The Lux Grand Bay is much more edgy lifestyle. You have much more nationalities. You can see some Russian, some Middle Eastern, some American, some French, some English, some Italian, and as well from Southeast Asia. Very lifestyle, and it's a
Okay.
newest of our portfolio. And then the Lux Le Monde, it's a very interesting one. Lots of repeater and loyal client. Le Monde is in the south part of the island, and it's facing a huge mountain and a white sand beach on the other side. And the percentage of repeaters is second to none. So this is for Mauritius. Regarding Maldives, it's very international. Russians, European, American, Australian, Chinese, Southeast Asian. Maldives is Maldives, you know, very high
Yeah.
yield, very exclusive and unique luxury resort. Every single brand has its own island. So it's once you arrive on your resort, you are in the resort. You
Yeah.
can't go anywhere else. So every single resort is a village by itself, including the staff accommodation. So it's a small village within a private island, and it's a very international. To arrive in all those resorts, you fly most of the time to Dubai and then Dubai Malé, and then you take an hydroplane most of the time, or a boat, but most of the time an hydroplane, and then you arrive in paradise. And
Yeah.
the only thing you want to do is to enjoy the beach and stay there for a week or for 10 days. So it's a very different type of
So
clientele.
even within the Lux brand, you have some different resorts, is what you're saying, I guess.
Yeah, 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 for sure. We have different resort dedicated to a different segment of clientele.
What about the Salt brand? Who is that for, and what is that brand for?
So the salt is more entry market for the international traveler, those who want to have a foodie local experience. So it's generally a younger clientele, but they do go out a lot from the resort every day. They go to explore the communities. They go to visit national parks, or they go to museum, or they enjoy the small villages around the property. So it's a kind of a modern luxury backpackers
Oh,
willing
wow.
to enjoy an experience. An
Okay.
experience.
Yeah. And then your Socio, which is the urban resort, that is for.
It's a corporate. It's businessmen. It's people willing to stay in downtown. The one we're building in Tribeca in Mauritius is close to a shopping mall, so it's more a shorter stay and much less for vacation. And Tamasa is all inclusive. So Tamasa
Yeah,
is
that's the
those who
yeah.
want to spend a budgeted amount and no more. So the buying power once in the resort is close to zero because they paid for all inclusive package and they enjoy and they optimize the package and that's it. They
Fantastic.
travel on a budget and they know how much they want to spend.
Now, how can travel advisors here in the U.S., and we go out to about 128,000 of them here in the U.S. and a little bit in Canada, how can they work better with the Looks collection to really kind of find the right resort and the right hotel for the right client? What programs do you have to help them understand these resorts?
So first of all, what comes first to my mind, two of our resorts, the Grand Bay and the Lux Maldives, are part of Virtuoso. So the Virtuoso network is an important part for the American clientele, very important. It's generally a one-to-one client to advisor relationship. And we have as well implemented a new initiative to be able to advise the American distribution channels where you have a huge amount of information available. All of a sudden, I forgot the name of the platform which has just been launched. I will come back to you about this one.
Okay.
But we have as well a rep in New York, and we have as well a person in our company dedicated to the US market. So we try to inform and to PR and socialize as much as we can the Lux brand on the American market.
So that's the one that we really would probably focus on here is the Lux brand. Although it sounds like that all-inclusive brand, that all-inclusive is pretty good, and I love the concept of salt as well. So
Yeah, we are emphasizing a lot on the Lux brand, but of course we speak a lot about the other brand as well.
now, where can travel advisors go right now? Your URL, your website, and other places to learn more about the Lux collection.
Well, easy. olivier.chevy@theluxcollective.com. And more seriously, you go to www.theluxcollective.com or to the Lux website. You have a lot of information. Otherwise, you have our rep office in London, in Paris, in Singapore, in Shanghai, in South Africa, in Mauritius, in New York. We have a lot of rep in the different source markets.
Fantastic. Well, Olivia, it sounds like you got a wonderful collection of resorts and a nice place to be based, I would think, on the beach. So that's
Yeah, I'm not finished. I'm not
you're
finished.
you're not it's not hardship duty for you, but this is good. But it sounds like you also have to do travel around and go see that new Vietnam resort sounds wonderful to me. And of course, I did get exposed a little bit a few years back when I did go to Lux in Maldives, and I really liked the property. I was too quick. We were going to what three resorts in less than a week, and so we moved by
Oh my
seaplane.
goodness.
Yeah, it was a
Oh
little
my
bit.
goodness.
After a while, we were like, okay, but I did like the looks because of the family aspect, and also it was a very different kind of island, but it was really lovely. And at the time, I was saying, who owns this? What is Lux? Because I didn't know it. This is before you arrived. I didn't really know the Lux brand, but afterwards I did.
Yeah.
But again, congratulations on this new post, and it sounds like it's a pretty good fit for you now, so that you can be kind of a combination CEO and GM for all these places, and also get to know everybody there at the level. And I do hope that one of these days I can come and experience one of these new resorts. Next time you have an opening and you're going to be there, let me know, and so we'll figure that out.
Yeah. And whatever happened, I'll meet with you on the Croisette next year, early
That's
December,
right. Well,
anytime
that's where
at the
everybody
LTM.
meets is the Croisette. Is you see everybody on the Croisette, and then but these days you have to come to the media center at in Cannes because I really am just staying there the whole time, which is not good. But that's where I do all my videos most of the time. And next time
Well,
we'll do a live video there if we haven't done one at one of your resorts. How about that?
if I don't see you at the media center, I'm sure I will see you at the Majestic bar or the Carlton or the Martinez. I'm sure we will cross paths somehow in one of those places.
Well, now you know all my hangouts like yours, so this is great. Again, great to see you, Olivier, and hopefully we'll see you soon. And hope take a look at all the Looks Collection resorts, wonderful properties and very individual. And you can find out about all those obviously on the website. And meanwhile, I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.